Yeah, I don't know if I like that very much at all, thank you, Keith. But anyway, if this Supersport race is anything like the one we had at Brands Hatch even, then we're in for a real treat. Now, there was one incident that we're going to talk to Cal Crutchlow about. Just to explain what happened the last time at Brands Hatch. I saw a few handbags flying around.
It's one of them things. We had a decent race up until there, but just unfortunately both myself and Rob Frost both got knocked off by the same rider. But I think just Rob thought, I think that's the initial thing to do when you see someone else in the gravel with you and you've just been hit. You think it's them. So there's no worries there. I spoke to Rob about it and we're cool now, so there's no worries.
It's a good job because he's right behind you, isn't he?
Yeah, first lap Rob Frost, it's all right. We'll see.
Obviously, you're wanting to get your season back on track. You've got high hopes here?
Yeah, we went out this morning and it was fourth in the morning warm-up, and the whole of the North Point Nokia Engage team been working really hard over the winter to get the bike to where it is now, and I'm very confident for this race at Thruxton.
Okay, well, best of luck. Let's take a walk down to the front row of the grid. We've got Jay Vincent here. But first of all, actually, we're going to speak to Clive Paget. So let's just jump in and have a quick word. Sorry to interrupt your conversation. Okay. We're very rude here in Sky Sports. I take after Keith. How's the team feeling?
Our team's feeling pretty strong, I think. As you saw last weekend, Jay was first, Leon fourth. They've had good qualifying here. Leon second, Jay third. The race is a different thing. Stuart will be fast, Stuart Easton, of course. We got Jonesy next to us. It'll be a tough race. Yep. It
was a great race to watch last time, but as I say, Jay was flying on that bike.
Absolutely, I know. I think Jay's taken to the four-stroke now. As you know, he spent many years on a two-stroke in Grand Prix, and I wouldn't say he's finally clicked, but he really has clicked. He looked like he's racing the motorbike very well now.
Yeah, very comfortable on the bike, and he's so economical when he rides it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Jay builds up to a pace. He doesn't get out there first session and stick it on pole, but at the end of the weekend, you can always rely on him.
Okay, let's go and have a word with him now, see what he says about everything. As I say, he was so fast at Brands Hatch. Let's have a quick word. Hello, you. Hiya. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, pretty good. Just waiting for the race to get started. We're on the front row, which is huge amounts better than what I did last year around here in qualifying. So, yeah, a lot more confidence. So, just get out there and see how the race pans out.
It doesn't matter how experienced you are. Thruxton's such a difficult track to get to grips with.
Definitely. I've not had it very easy at all this weekend, to be honest, but pretty sure we've got quite a good base setting now for the race. Still a little bit of a gamble, but see what happens, yeah.
You look so comfortable on your bike. Obviously, that's a huge part. It's not a particularly comfortable place around here, though.
No, it's not. I mean, Brands side, the bike working really, really well. Couldn't have asked for any more. I could maybe ask for a little bit more here today, but yeah, I'm pretty sure once we get out there, everything will... I'll just ride around a few problems that I might have, and hopefully we'll have a good race.
Okay, thanks very much. Best of luck. We've got Craig Jones just to the right of me, but let's move around and see if we can have a quick word with Leon Camier. We haven't spoken to him yet. Okay, best of luck. Let's have a word with Stuart Easton. Hi, Stuart. What's your little sign for?
I've got a little message here for John Hackett's daughter. She's not very well at the minute, so I'd just like to, the whole team would like to wish her well.
Okay. And also it helps, it's a nice boost for the team that you're on pole, of course.
It is good. We had a good solid finish at Brands Hatch. We're on pole here, and it's just got the hard bit to do now with the race.
We talked about back markers a lot at Brands Hatch. Is that going to be a problem here today?
Possibly, I think it will be. I mean, well, you can never tell. You can never plan a race. You never know what's going to happen, but I'll just hope for the best. And
if you compare this time this season to this time last season, it seems immeasurable, the difference. You just seem so much more comfortable and really happy again in yourself.
Oh, that's right. That's half the battle. If you're happy, you're gonna go well. And I'm feeling as confident as ever, and I'm really happy, like I say. So, see what we can do.
What about the bike? How's that? Because obviously it's a completely different circuit to Brands, the tightest track in the country to the fastest.
Yeah, it is. This track does suit the bike. It's got a lot more horsepower than what the 748 had. I set the lap records here on, which makes it a bit harder for finding grip, but all in all it's a better package, and I'm really pleased with it.
You've amazingly had a problem with sponsorship. Is that all sorted now? Are you still looking for people?
We're definitely looking for a title sponsor. Everybody knows. We've got a big white patch on the side of the fair in here, so we're
you're sponsored by Daz Ultra or something.
No, we're looking for a title sponsor, so if there's anybody out there that'd like to that would like to support a team.
But it's desperate to think that you're doing so well. You're on such a fast bike, and is that a problem in motorbikes generally?
I think so, yeah. I think it is.
Well, best luck. Hopefully you can prove a few points and get some sponsorship. So Stuart Easton is flying Scotsman. I think somebody called him the Flying Haggis, but being a Scottish person, I don't really associate with that. Let's hand back up to Keith. I'm sure he'll come up with some prize phrases throughout the.
Yeah, what a team to get on board with. Then we're on board with them now because this is about to leave for the second round of the British Supersport Championship. Down
Jay Vincent.
for the first time, Jay Vincent, but then it's Easton who sweeps over the top, and that looks like Craig Jones around the outside and Allard as well. Craig Jones in second place, I think, but it's Easton that leads on the Ducati at the moment. Jonesy up the inside of Jay Vincent. Vincent will be on the inside though as he gets to the complex, which is just the place you want to be if you're going to have to tough it out. Vincent though is forced back into third place. I'm sure that's Jones in second place that's come through from the outside of the grid. And as they head through Seagrave and on towards Noble,
Craig Jones is like a wound-up spring off the start. He's just full of energy. He just jumps off the start. Stuart Easton did what he did at Brands, got the whole shot, but Craig Jones is right behind him.
just pinned it on the rev limiter and dumped the clutch, but it is Easton through this section of the track on that Ducati last year when he did the lap record. Absolutely wonderful. He just is so good through this section. And so's the bike, more importantly, I suppose.
Good combination, Keith. Craig Jones good through Church there, looking for the slipstream. Not quite close enough, but he's looking for a toe with the two Paget Yamahas in third and fourth.
Jonesy on the brakes here is going to be scary to watch.
Here we go for a shuffle.
Here we go.
Time for a reshuffle. Backing it in. That's not a problem for Craig Jones.
And he pulls it onto the line. Absolutely superb.
Yeah. Any other rider, I'd say, in Supersport, getting it that much sideways would have run wide, but Craig Jones doesn't care. He keeps leaning it in. Supermoto style. Absolutely brilliant. Great to see that Honda in front.
So Jonesy leads this race on lap 2 of the 20. A long, long way to go yet. The two Paget's Hondas are just sitting in there at the moment in formation behind Stuart Easton. Everything's got to settle down. Tyres are an issue as well here.
There's
big off into the complex.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Red Bull rookie bike.
Well, that must be Eugene then if it's down. It's Frosty.
It's Frosty.
Rob Frost again. He's in there. Eugene Lavity gets one on the nose from Rob Frost.
It's not good. There's a marshal involved.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Bit of a familiar pattern there. It looks like Rob Frost is not taking the blame for that one.
What can we say?
He's injured, but he recovered briefly to throw a punch.
Rob Frost, he could throw a punch in his sleep. Julian Bull.
Meanwhile, Stuart's back in front. Jay Vincent second. Craig Jones third, and Liam Camley around the outside there.
19, Julian Bull has got a ride-through penalty for a jump start. So Julian Bull, if you're watching the monitors back at home.
Liam Camley in second, Jones third.
Jones third now. So it is Easton that leads from Camia in second place. Two youngsters duking it out. Leon Camia, vastly experienced, up from 125s. He's now about 3 inches taller than me when he was about 3 foot shorter than me just 3 years ago.
Jonesy, bit of a sideways moment there.
There's a shock.
Yeah, but normally backing in, it's normally on the brakes.
Yellow flags.
The complex, yellow flag, that's where the Rob Frost Lavity incident took place.
The George Foreman corner of Thruxton. Through then Seagrave. I just love Rob Frost. You know, I'm thinking about sponsoring Rob Frost. He just lights up a track for me. Stuart Easton.
There is never any shortage of action when Rob Frost is involved.
We shouldn't have any lights, you know, at the start of the race. We don't have a bell. Easton, Camia, Jones, Vincent. Top 4 going through.
Camia and Easton have been battling out here in practice to see who get the fastest lap. Stuart Easton getting the result after final qualifying, but these 4 pretty much away with it in the front. Look at the gap.
I'll tell you what, I'm just looking at the speed of the two Hondas at the back. North Point Honda, the Eckrold one, and Jay Vincent. Vincent, good slipstream there, but then again,
but watch Craig Jones.
Watch Craig Jones. Jay Vincent is not
outside,
but he's still on the line. Jay Vincent's too good for that. I don't think Jay Vincent's going to be mugged as easily as some of them. Now, going back to a bit of our commentary earlier on, I said about slipstreaming coming out of Church. Jay Vincent did it all right. He sat back a little bit through Church, got a slight bit of momentum on Craig Jones, and then duffed him up accordingly. Now, then held the line, wouldn't be intimidated through the chicane.
Yeah. Jay Vincent, the complete opposite of Craig Jones, likes both wheels in line, both braking and exiting the corners. And Jay Vincent, of course, done many years in 250 GPs, well used to being tucked in behind that bubble, well used to slipstream, and as you said, just timed Church perfectly. And now he's got to line up his teammate Leon Cammy in the next lap, and I'd expect more of the same treatment for Leon Cammy on the exit of Church.
1:17.631. That's a new lap record for Jay Vincent. Then Jay Vincent holds a lap record. Stuart Easton held the lap record, but I think Stuart Easton would give away the lap record if he won this race.
Craig Jones way wide there.
Yeah, Jonesy's got himself in a bit of trouble, hasn't he, Jonesy?
The Dunlop runners here, Stuart Easton on Dunlops, the two Padgetts on Dunlops, and Craig Jones, the first Pirelli runner there in 4th position.
Eddie Roberts is going to be in here in a minute if you carry on like that. Down towards the club chicane, but I know what you're saying. Easton leads, Camia second, Jay Vincent menacingly in 3rd place.
I thought I was doing well giving Pirelli a mention there. That was the main intention of that comment.
Okay, you read it your way, I'll read it mine. Through Allard. Just going to be interesting to see what Jonesy can do as the pace is up even further. Camia 1:17.5 now. 1:17.5, a long way under the lap record. So Leon Camia.
6 seconds is the gap between Craig Jones in 4th and Tom Sykes in 5th.
Unbelievable. Then we got Jamie Robinson in 6th, Cal Crutchlow, Craig Jones' teammate in 7th, Perariba, World Supersport contender in 8th place, and Kieran Murphy in 9th with Simon Andrews. Last year he's won a couple of these races in 10th place. That's how it looks at the moment. Best of the Supersports Cup is Spostton, back in 16th place on bike number 16. So Craig Spostton on the Team CSR Brit Tip bike. He's the leading privateer in this class. Class within a class again.
I like Craig Spostron. He's a good little rider, really tiny rider.
Oh, look at Jay Vincent. Sorry to get across you there. Craig Spostron, I'm sure he's a great guy, but Jay Vincent again absolutely made that work for him. But look at Leon Camia on the brakes. Did the old boy over.
He really did. Stuart Easton doing it pretty much the hard way at the front here, just maintaining his lead. There's nothing in it though, and Jay Vincent is looking very dangerous.
John Butler has jumped off, but he's perfectly okay. So number 70, John Butler, has fallen out of the race. Oh, Jay Vincent with it waggling its head as he came through Allard. Oh, dear me.
I reckon Stuart Easton is going to be lined up in the exit of Church this lap.
I think Leon Camia and Stuart Easton. Camia probably more so. He's a real kid to be reckoned with. I don't think we've seen anything like the best of him. Stuart Easton had a dip last year, and that's the only reason why I slightly hesitate about Stuart Easton. I think he's a great young rider, but I think Camia, his future is slowly but surely. He's not made any mistakes. He doesn't have trouble with confidence, as Stuart has had in the past. And I really rate Leon Camia quite highly. And I mean, these three, it's just a quality trio, isn't it? I mean, Jay Vincent, I wouldn't bet on Jay Vincent being beat by anybody in this kind of racing. Don't forget, he only came to Supersport. Oh, Jay Vincent, he wasn't going to get out the throttle there, was he? He really did time the slipstream a little bit too finely. Got himself in it. He had to pull on the handlebars to get himself away from the rear end of Camia, and then went into a mild tank slapper at something like 140 miles an hour. Sure, he won't rattle him, but give yourself a shake, mate.
Yes, that CBR 600 certainly gave him a bit of a shake there. You can see him exit at Church just a little bit close to Jay Vincent. Had to change line, got some weight in the front of the bike, and that set everything off. It's a very fine line between going fast, keeping everything in line, and a bit of a nasty tank slapper.
Certainly he'll be clinching his rear end quite tightly after that, I would imagine. So Easton out front, and the Metabo British Supersports race. Oh, just a little sit-up from him and Leon Camia. Well, you have to have the feeling that it's only a matter of time before Camia whooshes past Stuart Easton. I don't think he's holding him up.
I think Stuart Easton's come back a better and stronger rider after his brief outing on superbikes that didn't work out in the ETI team last year. He's had to think about his racing. I think he's thought he really wants to be a racer. He wants to come back and make his mark. And I reckon he's got stiffer competition now than ever, and he's back and strong and leading.
So as we look at the main championship out front, these three, absolute synchronicity amongst them as they sweep through the fastest part of the course now and head towards that frightening dead stop chicane that is club chicane. There's a huge amount of fans there. Look at this.
No wobbles for Camia that lap.
Camia took a look at it. Well, that was all a bit tame, considering I was building it up so wonderfully, wasn't it? But we've got to think of the Supersports Cup as well. Craig Spostron still leads out from number 22, Gary Johnson. That's how it's shaping up at the moment. We won't get a chance to look at them because he don't take our eyes off these three.
bit of cat and mouse going on here now. There really is.
Here's Cammy up round the outside, maybe down into the complex. It looked from our camera angle he was a bit closer than that, but no, he did do it. He just had it rolling through Allard very, very neatly, and looked to me like he was on the right line for up the inside of Easton. Now, can he pull the pin? Can he pull away? We're going to wait and find out. This is a bit that we're going to see from Cammy up. Just how much has he got in hand? Looks good through there, I've got to say. Look at that all of a sudden. Jay Vincent is really going to have a follow-through, or he's going to be finishing behind his teammate Cammy. The two Paget's bikes.
The two in front there, you can see Stuart Easton through Village there, grabbed a little bit back.
Yeah, that Ducati just sits nicely for him all the way through that.
You see just weaving around a little bit, trying to get some grip heading down to Church. He's maybe not the best through Church. Jay Vincent is the man through there, just lines up Stuart Easton, gets tucked in and tries to get in that slip.
Ducati's not slow though, is it? But you've got to say, Clive Paget and the team, they prepare good Hondas. Here we go again. He's got that thing so skittery on the front end, Jay Vincent. You know, that type of style, you want the motorcycle to turn for you when you lean it in. Jay Vincent sets his bike up, so therefore on the fast parts of the track, when you're having a snatch at the handlebars and all the rest of it, just makes the front so skittery.
Does make it a bit lively.
So Allard, again, got to Cameo just a little bit out front. He has got to think where he's going to make the pass, and really, Stuart Easton is not really weak anywhere. You've got to really sort of eke out that opportunity to get past Stuart Easton.
You really have, but Stuart needs to be a bit closer. This is Leon Cammy's strongest part of the circuit. He's good through here, good on the exit of Seagrave, but it's the exit of Noble, the next two corners coming up, this next left-hander, and the entry into Village where Stuart Easton manages to claw him back.
Just sits so nicely, that Ducati in the middle of that corner there, Noble, the left-hander, and the run into this. He's just able to have just a little bit of a tighter line all the way through and get back on the power. But this is where the two Hondas build up and build up. And like I say, Jay Vincent really is something special coming out of this next turn, Church. Watch how close he gets in. Gets a run at him as well. Good long run this time. Is he going to be able to find a way down the outside? Is he going to jink to the inside? Good slipstream there from Jay Vincent. If he's good on the brakes, he's going to have this situation sorted. But that Ducati's no slouch. No, Jay decides just better of it. I think it was because Easton is very smart on the early entry to that corner. He keeps it quite tight. And the only way is going to be round the outside for Jay Vincent. And I don't think Jay's comfortable of finding himself on the outside of that Ducati.
He certainly doesn't want to get in a position where he's hard on the brakes, hard on the front end, and the rear starts backing in. Jay likes to keep both wheels in line. There's still only half race distance to go, so there's still plenty of time. As long as he can keep his teammate in sight and lead there, there's still a chance of getting to the front. But it really has to be a thinking man's race, a real game of cat and mouse, and just being in the right position on the last lap.
Three of the most stylish riders in British Supersports, in fact in British racing I would say, from these three. They all have great styles of how to ride a motorcycle, and we are getting a real display from the three of them. Nothing dangerous about it if you rule out the fact they're travelling at 160 miles an hour.
You just watch the 749 Ducati just weaves through this section a little bit. Just struggling for grip.
The way I like it so neutral, it just sits on both wheels over the bumps, just both suspensions sit down at the same time, just looks so neutral in the middle of the turn. Tell you what though, Cammy is quick out of Church, isn't he?
Good through Church.
Woodham Hill up towards the club chicane. Again, Jay gets close enough, but well, he's a little older than the two in front. Maybe just weighing it up a little while for a moment.
A wily old fox.
Yeah, I mean, there could be two reasons for that. It could be that he's not prepared to stick his neck quite as far on the line as he's going to have to go underneath Easton at the chicane. But I can't see anywhere else where Jay Vincent is going to manage to get by.
Yeah, Stuart Easton struggles out of turn one now. You can see him opening the throttle, the rear end of the bike just sliding that little bit, losing a little bit of drive. The two Hondas don't seem to be sliding at all and hooking up nicely.
Well, they're all in the 1:17 seconds. In fact, these three are the fastest three men on the track every single lap consistently. There's very little to take away from each of them. All with lovely styles, all with well-prepared motorcycles. And all three of them, incidentally, not with big budgets. It needs to be mentioned that we already spoke about Stuart Easton, and although it's entered by the Riders team, it's not actually, that's Riders of Bridgewater, it's actually not a big budget team, and they need a headline sponsor. And then the Paget's team, that's a self-financing situation from them. And I know that at one point it almost looked like they were going to lose Leon Camia because Camia couldn't bring any money into the team. They needed money to come into the team for Camia to be signed.
There's a reshuffle.
There is Easton from Camia. Maybe Jay Vincent needs a bit of a stint at the front, just to tow them all along a bit. That was almost done so neatly, you know, it's easy to ignore it.
How good a move it was. I'm sure ideally Leon Cameo would have liked to got a second or a couple of seconds gap just to be in control. This is where Stuart loses out a little bit of rear traction. It appears to me Stuart's bike's really good front end feeling. It turns really well, nice tight turns, but the trade-off is he loses a bit of rear traction, whereas the Hondas have got a really nicer looking balance.
But it's Stuart Easton that leads from Hoyt in Scotland, and of course Stuart Easton was likened many times to the late great Steve Hislop. I know we've mentioned him a bit in commentary because he was always close to our hearts, but Stuart Easton was a bit of a protege really of Steve Hislop. And I can think of one man that will be looking down thinking, that's my boy.
Three guys at the front, 17.8 for Easton on that last lap, 18.3 and 18.1 for Cammy and Vincent respectively. The competition there in the 19s, Craig Johnson 4th position, Kieran Murphy, good ride for him in 5th, and Jamie Robinson in 6th, exactly where he qualified. Andy
Weymouth on the Reflex Racing Yamaha has taken a bit of an off, but he's absolutely okay. So Andy Weymouth out of this race too, while I hold my breath at the chicane because Cameo was running on in there quite hard. Lap 12 of 20, soon to start lap 13. Over the line then. Easton, Cameo, Vincent, just half a second covers these three men. Cameo is all over the rear end of Stuart Easton now, and he'll be looking for that run just up the little hill here into the complex, but just not quite able to get alongside Stuart Easton into the complex, although Cameo is quicker. It's all going to be down, as is quite normal here at Thruxton, to be the chicane, isn't it? Stuart Easton's certainly got enough horsepower, and he's certainly good on the brakes, and that all adds up to a good run from Church up to final chicane. It's going to be down to, and I have to say in these circumstances, I find, whoa, this looks like a bit of a scrap going. Jamie Robinson in the middle of it on bike 77. Oh, Jamie Robinson around the outside. Cal Crutchlow then. Indeed, Cal Crutchlow on the other North Point Echo bike. Look at the style of Cal Crutchlow. The bike sitting down at the rear end and skittering all over the place. That's Perry Reber, the Spaniard from the World Supersport Series here. Just goes to show you the quality of everything. Reber on bike 4, Crutchlow on bike 35, Jamie Robinson on bike 77. In front of them is Kieran Murphy and 18, Craig Jones. But this little scrap, someone's got their foot out there to indicate that please go around the outside of me because I'm scared. I'm scared sitting here watching. In fact, I'm not sure he has got his foot out. I think it's just a style. Maybe it's Kieran Murphy that's got a leg slightly trailing. You see the two Suzuki's there of Andrews and Sykes. Whoa, look at that one of Jamie Robinson. Jesus, Jamie Robinson. That really is stomping on. 77 Jamie Robinson qualified in 6th place on the JR Motorsport Honda. Jesus, Jamie Robinson. Sorry, probably overdoing it a little bit, don't you feel? But I do like the guy, it's all right. I like the name. Okay. Mackenzie 1, Hewan 0. Actually, that's double Mackenzie here. I'm taking them from both the Mackenzies in this team at the moment. Ganging up, mate. I'm happy. Jamie Robinson, this is the best I've seen him ride in a while. For a long time. Yeah. Good to see. We know what he's capable of, and his limited budget always is an immaculate team. Really taken to this Honda and looking good, and great second race of the season, so that's a brilliant start for Jamie Robinson. Chasing Kieran Murphy on bike 98 in 5th place. This is the battle for 6th at the moment. Jamie Robinson holds that 6th place. Still Easton, Cameo and Vincent out front. Craig Jones in a lonely 4th place, Kieran Murphy likewise in a lonely 5th place, and then it's this little bunch. You've got to say, Craig Crutchlow's, Cal Crutchlow, sorry, the rear end of his motorcycle just sits and bobs and weaves. I don't know how he's got it set up, but it obviously suits him. 35 there, Crutchlow, right in the slipstream, but I'll tell you what. That is a fast Honda, Robinson's. Robinson's Honda is really good here, isn't it? And they are both similar motorcycles. Just be down to tuner, and I don't know whether Jamie does his own tuning, to be frank with you. He's pretty technical, I wouldn't be surprised. Been around a long while, knows what it takes. So, do your own sums. I don't have a Jamie Robinson sheet right in front of me, but he was 15 in 92. Jay Vincent lost out a bit there. He has, big time, and I wonder what happened there. It doesn't take much. One slide, one little moment, and you can lose a second. Rob Sketchley on the IFP Team Honda has gone down at Allard, but he's okay. So, 2-horse race now at the front, 5 laps to go. Craig Sproston still leading the British Supersport Cup race. Remember, there's 2 races like in the Superbikes. We've got a Cup series for privateers in this as well, because it's been deemed that the British Supersports is now pretty much, well, it's almost a works type orientated front few rows of the grid. Craig Sproston is the leader of the privateer battle though. Stuart Easton, he was the pole sitter. He was the lap record holder. He's not anymore. Camia's got it.
I tell you what, that Ducati is fast. John Hackett's done a good job there. Real strong. You can see Leon Cami desperate to get into the slipstream. This is where Leon Cami is strong. Having a look back, no one there, so he knows he's in a safe second.
He's strong, but he's just not quite close enough to do anything about it into the complex. That would be the best place if he could just balk Easton in the middle of the complex, because this is where Easton is quickest out of here.
Yeah, Stuart Easton a little bit wide there, and having a look round.
Camia's come through.
Yeah, look round, someone will
almost
pass you. It never fails.
Yeah, but it's almost like he wanted him to go past. He was fed up with the cat and mouse game, which might be smart by Easton.
Yep, that's the other side to the story. That's definitely possible, and he knows his bike's fast. He knows he can get a good run through Church as he did before with last time he passed Cami.
Now then, who's your money on? I know, it's a tricky one, isn't it? It is a tough question. Normally I just tease you, but this is a difficult one.
It's just a matter of time for Leon Cami becomes a regular winner, but that Ducati does look fast. You see Stuart Easton wide there, looks round the wrong side.
I don't quite understand that in the middle of the complex. It's almost like he wanted him to come past just to see if he was messing him about.
Stuart's not a look around there. He's lost a bit of time there.
Yeah, but it's enough, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day...
Back markers, you know what happened with Stuart Easton and back markers at Brands? That's where he lost out to Jay Vincent. Although Jay was very strong, the back markers played a big part in Jay Vincent winning the race by a serious margin.
Tell you what, there's a lot of people going down. Anthony Cooper went down at the chicane on that last lap as well, but he's okay. Anthony Cooper down out the chicane on bike 41. This is the tricky bit. Oh, and they're all over the road. They're just like formation balking.
Well, they're having their own race here.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, get out of the way.
Excuse me.
Must have been blue flags, I'm sure, but I didn't see them. And I don't think they did either.
Stuart Easton's lost out big time. He was already
this is the part that he really needs to get running as well here.
I think Stuart Easton might have a problem because he was already losing time.
So that's the HM Plant team keeping an eye on what's going on, and this is Clive Paget, a great former racer himself, lap 17 of 20, and that's his main man at the moment.
Stuart Easton's out of it.
Leon Camia, it could be a Paget's 1-2. Wasn't able to do that at Brands
Hatch. At the moment, it's a 1-2 at the moment. Stuart Easton's out of this race.
Leon Camia, bike number 2, leads this race as he comes through to lap another back marker at the club chicane. Jay Vincent has gone through into second place. Stuart Easton is slipping back on the riders of Bridgewater Ducati for whatever reason that is. Through we come, 44. That was Kieran Edgerton on the faster by Fuller Ducati.
Red flag.
Oh dear, red flag, so that will be a result, and I think that will be a result for Camia because I think they've all gone back through.
And I'd imagine Stuart Easton would get second.
Camia, Easton, Vincent is what our monitor says, but who was over the line in the first place? So yeah, Easton. Looks pretty much like, well, there's no doubt about the winner, Camia, but that will be called a race because we're on lap 16 of...
Now, Stuart Easton disappeared. Oh, that's not good.
That's a big off. And that looks like a Kawasaki front end to me. Look at the oil dripping out the forklift, me old mate. You want to be paying attention, really, when you're wandering around like that.
Stuart Easton disappeared just about to tempt past him some back markers. Well,
I don't know who that is that's down there, but we do have a red flag. Leon Camia will be confirmed our winner. Now then, round 2 of the Metabo British Supersport Series. Leon Camia is confirmed as the race winner after the shortened race through a red flag. Stuart Easton did come across the line, always credited with second place. Jay Vincent is third. Craig Jones just being eased out into fourth place in front of Kieran Murphy. Great ride from Kieran Murphy. Good to see him back on the leaderboard as well. Jamie Robinson, likewise, I can say, with him in sixth place. Cal Crutchlow being forced out to 7th. And Perry Reba on the MSS Discovery Kawasaki there in 8th place. Tom Sykes, well, he did stay on it this week. Had a bit of an unfortunate Brands Hatch, so that's a lot better for him in 9th place. Simon Andrews making his way up through the leaderboard after what was a torrid qualifying. Paul Young, Steve Allen, after a big off in qualifying, is there in 12th place, so the likeable Scotsman is scoring points. Sam Owens, Stephen Neat and Luke Quigley are the last